All right, so I am so excited to be talking with my friend Tiffany Dacko, who is the founder and creator of Balanced Fitness for Moms, where she helps moms anywhere from just postnatal all the way through their life reclaim their own fitness goals, taking care of their body, and loving themselves. So, thank you for being with us.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So you have such an amazing story that just inspires me on so many levels. And I think it's really clear that this isn't just like a job for you, like an easy way to make a
Yeah.
living, that there's a really important message behind what you do. So tell us a little bit about what drives you and this business.
Well, I work with mostly moms,
Mm-hmm.
mostly women, some men too, but I think just to find happiness and
Mm,
to be confident and strong and just to wake up and want to be a great person and
mm,
feel really good about yourself.
mm-hmm.
For a long time, I didn't feel good about myself. And I realized like I was really lacking in the fitness and nutrition area in my life, even though I thought I was doing a good job. And so, through the changes I made personally, I realized like my whole world changed, my
Mm,
family changed, my life changed. And then I just thought, like, if I can do this for myself, then I want to do it for other people too. So
that's
that was
awesome.
kind of like the big thing about like taking what I did and helping other people do the
Mm-hmm.
same thing
Mm-hmm.
just with their lives, because I think once you become a mom, you can lose so much of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of society tells us we have to put our kids first, and my business motto is put yourself first, for
That's so
sure.
awesome. Could you
Yeah.
tell the people watching just a little bit about your own fitness journey and
Yeah,
how that related
yeah.
to motherhood and how it all intersected?
Sure. I was not like one of those people who was always really fit. When I was younger, I played sports, and that was great. And then I was a teacher, and I just kind of gained weight because I was in a really
Mm-hmm.
stressful environment. And then I got engaged, and I lost weight in like a really terrible fad diet way, like no bread. And then like we got pregnant right after we got married, and I gained just baby weight, and then kind of lost it again, and then I lost my job. I was a teacher, and I gained a lot of weight. Like in the matter of 1 year, I was up to like 210 pounds because I was feeling really down about myself. So then I have this one like pivotal vacation where we went to Hawaii, just me and my husband, and I didn't want to be in a bathing suit,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like just drinking a lot, and we weren't really doing anything. We were just like at the pool, and I saw like a few moms with babies like in bikinis, and I
Mm-hmm.
thought to myself like my kids too. Like I shouldn't be at this place right now. And I just had this switch, just flipped, and I was like, I'm going to change. And so I was teaching a stroller fitness class. That's where I met
Mm-hmm.
you.
Mm-hmm.
And I just took it one step further and got certified in a program that included nutrition. And I didn't know anything. Like I didn't know about protein, carbs, fats,
Mm-hmm.
or anything. So I just committed. Like I saw my marriage suffering, and I was like did this little step with myself where I imagined my future like 5 years down the road. Like what did I need to change? And then I thought, what will my life be like if I don't change? And I saw like a really unhappy place and a marriage falling apart. So I'm a really committed person. So I
Yeah.
just was like, I'm going to learn everything I can about nutrition and just I used to run, which I thought running was fine. And I learned about like weightlifting, strength training, and I lost 60 pounds in about 5 months,
Wow.
all through just educating myself. And I realized like I'd lost weight in a crazy way before, and it came right back. And so it's been 3.5 years, and yeah, just educating myself and learning about how to lose weight and be healthy. And then in the meantime, I got like really happy and
Yeah,
was
right.
able to just share it with other
Yeah.
people. And so,
That seems so important that
yeah.
it wasn't just, excuse me, like it was at your wedding that just about your body. You
Hmm.
connected it to your bigger life and what you wanted for yourself, and that probably fueled it and kept you going when things were hard.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think just feeling better about myself
Mm-hmm.
was a big thing.
Yeah.
Um, it's helped my marriage a lot,
Mm-hmm.
definitely.
Yeah.
My kid sees me working out all the time and
Yeah.
he does burpees and it's cute.
Yeah, that is cute.
So, yeah, there's a lot of crossover.
So I'm sure there's a lot of women watching who maybe have both, like fitness goals for themselves and maybe business or creative goals, but have maybe a lot of self doubt, insecurities, like you're talking about. And I wonder how you deal with those things. So I feel like we always have self doubts or self criticism. How do you talk to yourself, or what do you do with those to make it possible to keep doing the work and showing up for yourself?
I think having doubt is really common, but
Mm-hmm.
I would say I never say them out loud. Like any
Mm-hmm.
doubt that I have, I don't verbalize it. So I keep it inside and then I
Mm-hmm.
kind of talk to myself through it.
Mm-hmm.
I think doubt is normal.
Mm-hmm.
So having any doubt doesn't mean like you're doing something wrong. I think
Uh-huh.
it's just like, okay, you're questioning yourself. I just don't give up. I
Yeah.
mean, I have
Yeah.
those doubts. Like
Mm-hmm.
some days I'll be in the middle of teaching a class and be like, do I really know what I'm saying right now? And then I'm like, wait, no, I do. Like
Mm-hmm.
I've studied, I've got this background, I've got the experience. I just have to believe in
Mm-hmm.
myself and have faith. There's a lot of different levels of doubt that I
Mm-hmm.
have though. So um, I think that I just ask a lot of questions. I work really closely with a few other women who've done the same thing as
Mm-hmm.
me throughout the country. And so anytime I'm having a doubt, I think I talk to them and I realize like they're feeling or thinking the same way or the
Mm-hmm.
same thing. And we talk each other through it. My husband's really supportive. But I think just deep down, I know I will succeed. So
Yeah,
like it's
that's
never been
awesome.
an option not
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
So I think kind of the what you bring into it is like, well, there might be struggles, hurdles, boundaries, but regardless, I'm gonna break through them
Yeah.
and be
And I think it
successful.
speaks to, this series is called Be What You're About. Like if you were pursuing some other goal, let's say you that didn't speak so deeply to sort of who you are and
Hmm.
your strengths and what contribution you're here to give. I mean, using my language, like maybe it wouldn't work so well, but you've found something that is so deeply lined up with what excites you and what you're good
Yeah.
at that it probably helps you have that feeling of like, oh no, I'm not going to give up. So I think people listening
Yeah.
might feel like, to be able to differentiate between like maybe those doubts are because this isn't what you're supposed to be doing. Maybe your energy needs to be towards something else that excites you more or feeds you more.
Yeah, I've actually worked with someone before who you could tell she wasn't into it. And
Yeah.
she would like
Yeah.
try these new things and
Yeah.
nothing ever really followed through.
Mm-hmm.
But I am like 100%
Yeah.
my business. Like it's me, we're interchangeable.
Yeah.
It's so it provides or it creates some difficulty separating at times.
Mm-hmm.
Like I always wear workout clothes
Yeah.
because it's like
Yeah.
it's what I'm always doing.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like I dream about it, I think about it, I
Yeah.
talk about it. It is for sure
It's your
completely
passion.
my
Yeah. It's
world.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
leads into my next question is you run your own business, you have a kid, and I'll just say you have a husband with a very demanding work schedule.
Yes, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And I have three stepkids too.
And three stepkids and
Yeah.
some dogs in there.
Two dogs.
Two dogs. So I know that there are lots of people out there who say, oh, this is how you should manage your schedule, or this is how to balance work and family. But I think each one of us has to figure that out for ourselves. So how have you figured that out for yourself about how to test something out? Is this working? Is it not working?
That's a great question. I there's a lot of ways that I think I'd say the beginning of my business it was different than now. So
Yeah.
we're like 3.5 years in. My saving grace is a whiteboard, like
Mm-hmm.
in planning and organizing.
Mm-hmm.
So you mentioned schedule. My husband flip flops days and nights, and I work early mornings, late
Mm-hmm.
evenings. So uh, we schedule a lot,
Yeah.
and I'm really organized. Does that am I going in the right direction? Okay.
Yeah. Just what works for your
people
particular.
make fun of me sometimes about how much of a planner I am, but when things are planned out in terms of like, I have I have between now and honestly the end of 2016, like lightly scheduled. But the next 3 months I have like every meeting, every workout, everything that I need to do, including social stuff with my family. So it's mapped out. I have very clear start time and end times. So I was thinking about this earlier. Like I don't allow for like things to run over. So I don't find like I'm missing out on like, I'm not late to pick anyone up from school because I don't schedule something close to when I need to be somewhere. And in that schedule, so like Talon just started karate and swim lessons, which is really important to me because I noticed like I was being more of a businesswoman and less of a mom, and I was feeling a little sad about that. So I enrolled him in those two things, and I chose days where I knew like there wasn't going to be any time constraint. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
I talk with my husband a lot. We call them like team meetings. So whatever, it could be like on a Saturday or a Sunday, we talk about the upcoming week. He sees the whiteboard, so there's like great communication there where if I'm not home and he needs to know where I'm at, he can just look at that. It's been a saving grace for our marriage for sure.
Awesome. But what I love is as your own boss, you can say, okay, I want this now, those karate and swim lessons, which maybe you didn't want a year ago, and then you can shift things in your schedule and your clients will adapt to that instead of being like, I don't know what if they're gonna if they're gonna like any shifts, so I won't do it.
Yeah, and from the beginning, I think of it this way, like when I was building and starting my business, I said yes to everything. Like, oh, you want a discount? Okay. You want it to be on this day? Okay. You want me to get up at 4 a.m.? Okay. And now that things are rolling and I feel, very successful, I've learned the power of saying no. Like, it's okay to say I'm waitlisted. It's okay to say I'm not taking new clients right now. It's okay to refer people to other instructors. And I think that that's okay. And, I just had this epiphany in July. I thought I was going to have someone help me for August, and it fell through because it's just me. And I said, I'm not teaching Saturdays in August. I had this big epiphany. I was like, you know what? Those ladies can go 5 weeks without a Saturday class. No one's going to, quit me. And I had Saturdays. And I was like, oh, I can do that. Like I really do make my own schedule. Now, if I change the days of a week, there's a lot of pushback, but ultimately if I need to, I can. But I've never canceled a class in 3.5 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Pink eye, sprained ankle, all of that. So I should have canceled the class, but, I'm extremely committed. And so they can depend on me. Does that make sense?
And that's such an important point. I think that there's different seasons of your development as a businesswoman, and that at the beginning you're trying to figure out what's going to work. And at first you're new, and maybe what works is saying yes to a lot of things and not charging a lot, or because you're figuring out what clients do you like to work with, what times work for you. And then as you build that up, then the skills kind of shift to where you can feel more free to say no. Yeah. Awesome.
And it's empowering to say, I mean, even this week I was like, I can't take any more clients. And then I got a call and I'm like, okay. But it's, I think also it was really important for Wes, my husband, to know like in the beginning that my business came first. And I think by putting it first for almost 2 years, now my family can come first in a lot of other situations. And I think that that's just realistic if you want to be a successful business owner, that it does have to come first. For me, it did.
It takes a lot. It can take a lot of time. And then people can slice that up in different ways, but it does starting something takes a lot more energy than maintaining something.
Oh, absolutely. And I feel like I still do check my email. Like I saw yours today and I was like, I'm checking my email too much. But I don't always respond. So I used to respond right away. And now I'll say something like, I'll get back to you on Monday if it's over the weekend, or if it's a text message. And I mean, because it's not just fitness, it's like people's emotional lives that we're dealing. I get a lot of communication, divorces and things like that. It's not just doing burpees. So I do have a good response of like, let me get back to you at this time. Because I think like I do respond quickly. So if I don't, sometimes they're like, oh, what's wrong with you? So one time I was like, I won't be emailing over the weekend. And I tried to do that and it didn't work. But
maybe that's your next step from Dr. Jessica.
Yeah. Well, actually, I was thinking about this, like, how do I stay involved, or how do I, like, with family and with business, is that I do work for 2 hours on Sundays. I tried not to, and then it made my Mondays terrible. So it's just, our family understands that, like, Wes will take Talon somewhere, like, out for a daddy and me adventure, and I stay at home and I work, and then it makes Monday through Friday a lot smoother. So it's definitely different from your typical 9 to 5. Like, I'm up at 5 a.m. working till 7:30, and then a little break until 9:30 where it's like breakfast, get kid to school time, and then I work 9:30 to 2, pick them up, and then it's kid time, and then I work 6 till 8. So,
but it's scheduling. I can see why scheduling in your line of work is so important.
Yeah. It is for
so
me.
If a woman is listening to this and she has an idea, let's say either a fitness goal or a business goal, what advice would you give her as she's starting and just imagining maybe doing something, creating something of her own, a change of her own?
A vision board.
Yeah.
I have 4 of them in my house right now. Like, and I always go back and look at the very first one I made, where I was able to put things down on it that were important to me, like that I wanted to achieve. So it was always a good visual to go back to and kind of see if I'm going that path that I wanted to go, if I'm achieving goals. Just to believe in yourself. I think if you're passionate about anything, you'll make it happen. And it's huge. I mean, if you don't care about something, then...
don't do it.
And then find like-minded people. I have a support group. There's 7 of us in it, like I had mentioned, who all do the same thing. And I wouldn't be where I'm at without their help.
That's awesome.
We check in almost daily on trivial things. We share workouts with each other, which is great. So I think just
can't do it alone.
Finding like-minded people is really important.
Awesome.
Because then you can share ideas. And I mean, sometimes those girls and I, like, we let each other cut and paste our websites. Like, it's as simple as that. Like, it's not going to bother me if somebody in New Jersey has almost the same verbiage as me, if I can help her. Does that make sense?
Awesome. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So that support, so you don't feel alone.
That's great.
And then also learn from people who failed. I think that's really important. I watched 2 fitness owners just not make any money and completely fail, and I learned everything not to do by watching them.
Smart.
So I think that's same thing with teaching. When I was in the classroom, you learn from great teachers, you learn from terrible teachers. I think that's important. Sometimes when you see someone doing something well, you're like, oh, I want to be like them, and then you kind of end up copying them. And then you lose out on, like, your individuality and what you have to bring. So
cool.
I think writing down goals, writing down, like, what you want right now, what you want in a year, 5 years, things like that. And always thinking about maybe what's next. Not necessarily what's bigger, what's better, but maybe what's next or what's different.
That's great. So much. You're a gem. So much good stuff in there. All right. Well, if people want to learn more about your story or the work that you do, where could they find that?
Just balancedfitnessformoms.com.
Awesome.
And then we also have a Facebook page, Balanced Fitness for Moms, which fun little workouts. I try to post almost daily, motivations and recipes.
Great. So even if they're not local, they can still benefit from all your wisdom and energy. Awesome. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Tiffany, for being here. Welcome. It's such a pleasure.
Thank you.